What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I'm out here in the shop today and I'm working on the welding machine. I really was not going to make a video about this. I did not think it was something that would be that interesting and that many people would care about seeing, but I decided after I got into it that maybe it might help somebody out. So anyway, what I'm doing is I'm putting brushes in the welding machine. I had the cover off this thing here about a year or so ago, and I just happened to look in there and see that the brushes were worn down. One of them was cocked sideways, and that told me that it was almost coming out of the brush holder and was going to come apart. I don't use this thing very much, only a couple of hours here, there, and yonder in the shop when I need to weld something, fix something. So I ordered the brushes for it, and I've had them on hand for about a year and just now getting around to doing anything with it. And it's not that difficult of a job, but it is a little bit of a, I don't know, a trick to it, I guess I should say, or a technique to it. And I don't know that much about this thing. This is the first one I've ever worked on, but I guess if you didn't know how this come apart, it could be an issue. But basically, there's two screws right here in this metal bracket that goes down. You can see your rings around here, your brushes right on. I don't remember what they call those things, but somebody will know. Anyway, the brush holder bracket mounts here with two screws, goes in there, and you got your three brushes here. Then you pull those two screws out. This here comes off, and you got two Phillips screws right here. Pull those out, and then your brush holder come out. This is the one I just replaced, and these are the two ones I'm fixing to replace. And this is the one I replaced here. That brush is almost completely gone, and the wire is actually broken. I don't know how this was even working. I don't know what there's three brushes. I don't know if this thing would weld just off of two. I don't know how this thing is wired up, what these exactly do. If one of them's for the generator part more than it is the welding part. I'm not sure how this operates. I have not researched it. Somebody will know, I'm sure. But anyway, this is the brushes I'd ordered from a year ago. I'll see if I can find a link to these on Amazon. If I can, I'll put a link in the description. But anyway, that's what we're working on. And I don't know how this thing, like I say, was even operating as good as it was. But we'll see here. If I can hold this camera. This is the middle one. And this unscrews right here off of there. Then the brush comes out like that. Just like that, easy peasy. And you don't want to get these wires swapped up because I'm pretty sure they go to different things. So anyway, I've read some different things on brush wear in that you're supposed to polish these, I want to say they call them slip rings or something. I don't remember. That you're supposed to polish those up or whatnot. And you're supposed to let these brushes run in for a while before you use it under heavy load, because these brushes, you see, wear a curvature in it so that they fit around your rings there, and when you buy the brushes, they are flat, so they will have to wear in a little bit. But that's really all there is to putting them in. It's not much to it. Just make sure that they go back. You don't swap your order up. And it just sticks back down in here. Put your 2 Allen head bolts back in. I'm going to need my other hand to do this, but anyway. You can see how it goes there. I'm going to stick it on there and then I'll show you. Alright guys, I've got them back down in there, as you can see. I don't know why that one of the brushes wears out before the other one evidently, but I guess it does. I don't know, that's the one that uses, it pulls the most amperage from what I do, or exactly how the system works. I know somebody will know. Somebody's worked on these things before that probably knows a lot about them. I'm not one of those people. Not one of those things I've spent a lot of time working on. So anyway, this thing was still working somehow with that like that. I can only imagine it'll work much better with new brushes in it. Them two there look like they would have lasted a long time compared to that one there. She didn't have much life left in her. The little end plate here goes on the end of the spring. Fell off somewhere. I don't know where it went to. So I guess we'll crank this thing up and let it run and let them things wear in some. This machine has right at 3,400 hours on it. There you go. Camera focus there. guys, got it all back together. Wasn't a whole lot to that. Pretty easy little job. Like I say, I wasn't even going to bother recording, but I figured, you know, if you've never done it before, which I'd never done it before, it took me a little bit to figure out how to get that thing out of there, and thought it might help somebody out. But I don't know how much longer it would have ran, or how it was even still running with that one brush. I can't imagine it was making good contact. But anyway, I don't know exactly what the function of those 3 brushes are. I'm sure somebody that's worked on these or works for Miller probably knows. I don't know. I just know that they need to be replaced because that one was slam wore out. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.